Have you ever wondered, what does it really mean to be a market expert anyway? Let's talk about it. What up, real estate besties? It's your real estate bestie, Rosemary Lewis with eXp Realty. And today I am going to break down this term, market expert, and explain how you too can become a market expert no matter your level of experience in this market. But before we get into it, y'all, go ahead and do me a favor and subscribe to the channel and hit that share button. Like, go ahead and share with your real life real estate bestie. And while you're at it, share the Real Estate Bestie podcast. We will put a link directly in the description box, but just know that we are available with the Real Estate Bestie podcast on all podcast platforms and would love it if you were to check us out. Most of you know that in addition to having my own real estate business, I have had the pleasure and honor of doing courses and coaching other agents along with this, which is something that I absolutely love, especially because I used to be a classroom teacher, so I really geek out, if you haven't noticed, about sharing knowledge of things with others so that they can be better. I will never forget this particular conversation that I was having with a young lady that I was coaching. And we were just talking about some challenges that she had when it came to her real estate business. And I never forget the statement that she made. She's like, everyone talks about, I'm a market expert, reach out to me, I'm your real estate market expert. But she's like, what does that even mean to be a market expert, really? And she went on to tell me how she, had decided, okay, I'm going to become a market expert. And she was spending a crazy amount of time, sitting on the MLS every single day, trying to learn about everything in her city. And it was just overwhelming her. So I'm going to give you some examples of what you can do to help you become a market expert right in the area where you want to serve, and the tools are already in your toolkit. So very first thing I want to say is that some of the things that I'm going to talk about in this video do require you to have MLS access because that is what I use as a realtor. So I'm not just a real estate agent, but I am a member of the National Association of Realtors. And as a result, I have MLS access. Now, I don't know the rules everywhere else, but that is one of the things that I'm going to refer to. So if you're a little confused about what I'm talking about there, make sure you reach out to your broker so that you can figure out, if you have some of the resources that I'm going to refer to. So the very first thing, y'all, to become a market expert, actually spend some time studying your market. And when I say your market, I'm going to give you a great example. So I live and work primarily in the north suburbs of Dallas, okay? But every now and again, I service clients in other parts of the Metroplex. I am not spending the majority of my time each day studying areas where I am not serving. Now, sometimes I will get knowledge and some of the trends are similar, but when I say I'm a market expert, like particularly in the neighborhood that I live, I know when houses are coming to the market. I know the floor plans. I know the builders. I spend a little bit of time every single day making sure that I familiarize myself with that. So the very first thing that I'm going to suggest is that to become a market expert is the little niche of area that you would most love to serve. Make sure that you have an idea of what's going on there in that market. So spend some time every day going to the MLS, click through the pictures, see, what does 400,000 buy in that area now? What homes are going under contract? Maybe you pick up the phone to the listing agents and get some ideas of, okay, what type of traffic did they see? What was some of the feedback that they received with pricing? And this literally, if you're doing it every day, you don't have to spend hours every day doing it. You can spend 5 minutes just familiarizing yourself with what is happening right around you. So use the MLS, your multiple listing service, as a tool, and all of the data is there, right? It tells us what came to market. It tells us what closed. It tells us the amount that it closed for. And if you ever want to do a little more digging, you're free to do it. But that is one of the very first ways to become a market expert. Another thing that you can do to become a market expert is to get on the phone with service providers like your lenders to find out what is happening in the world of financing. So I make it a point to give my lenders a call at least once a week and just say, hey, I saw this on the news. Explain this to me in layman's terms. And how is this affecting the rates that you're locking in? What are the new programs that I need to know about? What are some of the feedback that you've been getting from appraisers? Are things coming in at value, above value, or below value? And not just with my deals. Like, I want to know what they're seeing on the different deals that they're financing, because it is all market knowledge that I can use now when I am speaking to my current or potential clients. So make sure that you are leveraging those conversations and make sure that you're actually reaching out and having them, because a lender is going to give you a different insight than you can find from our tools just on the MLS. Here's something else that you can do to become a market expert. Get out in the field and start walking listings. Do walkthroughs of the different listings in your area. Make sure that you are looking to see, go to different open houses. And the reason that I do this, I will never forget, y'all. I ended up on the phone with someone when I first got into the business, and they were a relocation family, and they were describing what would be an ideal living situation for them, but they didn't know if it existed in Texas. And guess what? It did exist. And guess how I knew? Because I walked it a couple of days before. So immediately when they said to me what they were looking for, I was able to give them feedback and say, oh my goodness, okay, I know that this particular area in this suburb, this builder has built houses that would accommodate you, and let me get more information. But if I would not have physically started to go out and walk new listings as they became available in my area, then I wouldn't have been familiar with it. Because let's just be honest, sometimes pictures don't tell the whole story in terms of floor plan and flow of a home. So when, especially starting out, and especially before your schedule gets busy, get out, hit the beat, and just start walking things that are actually on the market to familiarize yourself with, the different trends of the builders or the different things that you might see at certain price points in certain neighborhoods, because all of these things are going to lend itself to show that you are knowledgeable about these things. Now, while we're talking about walking things, here's the next thing I want you to do. I want you to get in front of builders. So if you live in a community like the community I live in, where there is a lot of new construction all of the time, not only are you going to want to stop into those new construction communities, find out about pricing, find out about floor plans, but even ask the question to the builders, okay, what other areas are you building, right? Where are you building this floor plan a little more economically? And a lot of times they will know that. They will know, hey, we're building the Avery floor plan also in this neighborhood, and this is the difference from when you build it here and when you build it there. Because now these are things too that we can share with our clients. Builders are a wealth of knowledge for us real estate agents, especially, again, if you're living in the areas where new construction is all around you. So make sure you leverage and you create those relationships, and you actually stop in and have a conversation with them. And I'm just going to give you this tip for free. Never ever go to a builder with your client for the first time. Meaning, if you're going to go to a builder with your client, make sure that you have already gone to that builder. You're familiar with the floor plan. You're familiar with what they have, because you want to make sure that you are relevant in that builder conversation. Now, I can do a whole other YouTube video about that at another time, but I definitely needed to drop that dime on you there, because I want you to be an expert in front of your client, even if you're walking into a sales office for a builder. And then here is the last thing that will help you become a market expert is, y'all, sharing is caring, and collaboration is way better than competition. So do not be afraid to have conversations and chat about the business with your peers, meaning other real estate agents. I scream from the rooftops that we all need some real estate besties that we are doing business with, because if nothing else, we are going to learn from each other. Your real estate besties are experiencing scenarios that you have not yet encountered, but having conversations with them about how they are handling them and problem solving them will be a wealth of knowledge for your business. And then also, when you have a team of real estate besties, now we can talk about inventory coming up and what we're experiencing in the business. So make sure that you are in a relationship with other real estate agents so that you all can be learning and growing together. Now, if you made it to the end of this video and you are not subscribed to my channel, what are you doing with your life? Go ahead and subscribe. And while you're at it, y'all, I'm sharing with you different things that will make you a market expert, but there are 10 habits that successful agents need to follow. So head on over to rosemarylewis.com/10 habits to get that resource today. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.